Next on ESPN, things are up in the air when the 5th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats, piloted by Wayne Turner and Heishemu Evans, await the arrival of Top Gun Steve Francis and the 2nd-ranked Maryland Terrapins. Then, 9 o'clock on ESPN2, Cameron Airport is ready for liftoff as the 3rd-ranked Duke Blue Devils look to aviate their way past Lewis, Bullock, and Michigan. College hoop coming up now. Kentucky was upset by Pitt in the Puerto Rico shootout and has spoiled a meeting with Maryland, but nothing will stop the 2nd-ranked Terps and number 5 Kentucky from clashing tonight on ESPN. Hi there, everybody. Glad to have you with us in our college basketball studios. I'm Reese Davis. A lot of action going on already, including at the Dean Dome, also known as North Carolina and UNC Charlotte battling a rematch of last year's NCAA tournament game. You remember that one went to overtime. This one tied as well, tied at 54, 7:10 left. That game is over on ESPN2, and we will keep you up to date throughout the rest of the night. Steve Francis, the fabulous JC transfer, getting ready to lead Maryland into Rupp Arena, the hostile environment, to take on Kentucky. Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale next.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Foot Action. For every action, there's Foot Action. And by Audi and the dashing, daring, beautiful A6. Can one car change the way you look at all cars?
You want to go to the ACC tournament? If you subscribe to ESPN Full Court by January 31st, you could win a trip or two to Hoop Heaven, the ACC men's basketball tournament in Charlotte, North Carolina. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS and order $98.99 ESPN Full Court on DirecTV. Win the grand prize, the Sharp ESPN Letterman's jacket or canvas duffel bag. Just call 1-800-GET-SPORTS and order ESPN Full Court today.
What if there was this great diary, and in it was written every story of the outdoors that has ever been told? Stories of gray mornings, brown dogs. Page after page logged with adventure. What if there was a diary like that? Would you be in it?
What? Are we on?
By the end of the week, 7 more lives will be saved. By the end of the day, 16 people who couldn't walk will. By the end of the hour, these special filters will help make 25,000 more gallons of water ready for drinking. And by the end of this message, 1 more premature baby will be protected. All of which is made possible with the help of a material we call plastic.
Well, you follow up a Heisman show with the best in college football with the best in college basketball on ESPN. How about this matchup? 5th-ranked Kentucky taking on the number 2 team in the country, the Terrapins of Maryland. Hi again, everybody. Brad Nessler with Dick Vitale. We welcome you to Rupp Arena. Dick, 23,000 plus. This has the feeling of a game in March. It's a team that won the championship last year, a team in Maryland that thinks they can win it this year.
I'll tell you, Brad, everybody thought these teams would meet out in Puerto Rico, but something happened. Pittsburgh said no to Kentucky, shut them down. Maryland went on and they blew out Pittsburgh by 35. Pittsburgh today gets beat at the buzzer by the number 1 team in American Connecticut. You figure that out. All I know today is if they want to win Maryland on this floor, one of the great houses for college basketball, they better establish an interior game with Abina Akizi on the inside to stretch the defense for Steve Francis to get some good looks. On the other side, you look at Kentucky, they better make some threes. If they don't make the trade, Brad, they will not beat this great Maryland Maryland team.
They have been struggling with their outside shot, but Gary Williams' team hasn't had that problem as we take a look at the head coach. Second time he started 10-0. And here's his starting lineup. Akizi, Morris, Francis Stokes, and LaRon Prophet, whose ankle is improving and thus his game as well. He's their senior leader. And for Tubby Smith in Kentucky, the Wildcats line up like this. Turner and Prince in the backcourt. Bradley down low, and Padgett with Heishemu Evans, who's starting to really exert himself. Almost 14 points a game now, and we've seen him twice in the last 10 days, and he has been their leader. Tubby Smith, second year at Kentucky, and look at the number, 43-5, and 4 of his last 5 teams have gotten to the Sweet 16.
You know, Maryland had 2 other chances. They were 11-0, going for 12 zip. The guy that stopped them from going 12 zip?
Tubby at Georgia.
Tubby at Georgia. When he beat them over in the Rainbow Classic out in Hawaii 2 years ago, they were 11-zip.
These two teams play up and down the court. That causes turnovers, obviously. You're going to give some up to get some, but if you give some up to Maryland, watch out, because they can turn a turnover into a basket about as fast as anybody in the country.
They are a phenomenal spurt team, Brad. They really utilize the spurt so effectively. They can hurt you in so many ways. We talk about Steve Francis, and I believe he's the most dynamic impact player in America for a new player, for a newcomer. But don't forget guys like Prophet and the development of Terrence Morris. He has become dynamite.
Carl Hess, Mike Wood, and John Clockerty throws it up. We're underway. And it'll be Morris and Maryland controlling, and there's Terrell Stokes, the senior point guard.
And the one thing about Kentucky, great team defense. Teams are only shooting 37% against them.
On the baseline, Morris off the mark, and Padgett will clear it off for Kentucky.
And Kentucky really rebounds well.
Lob underneath. Bradley makes a tough catch, had it blocked. And they'll call a foul on Morris.
Bradley's got to go up quickly on the inside because Maryland's got some great leapers.
His first and the team's first of the game.
You talk about a guy developing. Michael Bradley, a lot of people didn't think he'd play a lot of minutes this year. Nice head fake, fundamentally solid. His dad, Dave, played at Fairfield for Freddie Barakat, the supervisor of ACC officials. He does a great job.
And there's the numbers and the difference for Bradley. What a difference a season makes. He misses a free throw.
You know, Bradley and also Terrence Morris are examples of 2 guys with some patience. People waited and they developed. So many times kids come in as freshmen. If they don't make it, they really get down on them.
Bradley with the first point of the ball game. Now the double team on Stokes. Here's Francis' first touch. Trying to go to work on Tayshaun Prince. Into Akizi, back out. Nice ball movement. Morris, he'll try the long-range jumper. Rebound, Akizi underneath with that big body.
I'll tell you, he's become such a factor on the inside. He is the big key here tonight. Hello, Evans. Hello. He has become a star. No longer is it Jason Alexander or George Costanza. He's going to make my whole Seinfeld team. He's a star now, Brad.
And you hear the moo.
Moo, moo.
Heishemu Evans puts Kentucky in front by 1, just a minute in.
That's how it was for Lou Piniella when he played baseball. Lou.
Here's Akizi on the high post, who's going to take it over Bradley.
See, they're establishing him early. We talked about that at the top of the show. Go inside to the big guy. Let him become a factor that stretches the defense. Maryland, a little token pressure.
Tayshaun Prince, I don't think he's hit a 3 since he hurt that finger. Well, he hit one there.
He hit one right there. His coach is here from out of high school, Coach Otis from Dominguez. Going to have a 7'1" superstar sophomore named Tyson Chandler. He's in the house along with Tayshaun's mom.
Dislocated the end of that finger in the grade 8 that Vic and I saw, and the shooting's been off ever since. Akizi a little bit off balance that time. He didn't square up, but he got the ball back.
They're really going inside to the big guy, trying to establish him early in the game. Prince is big for them. They need that play from Tayshaun Prince.
Seems to be what they're lacking is a big-time outside shooter.
Well, they went 2 for 22 against Pittsburgh in that loss from the trifecta.
15 on the shot clock.
What a great crowd. This place has so much spirit, so much enthusiasm.
Francis is fouled by Wayne Turner before he made his move.
Wayne Turner is interesting. With 22 more W's this year, he becomes the first player in the history of the NCAA to go 4 years winning 30 games or more every year.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That's unbelievable. Look at right now, Francis being played really tough. See, Turner wants that challenge.
A lob underneath. Profit couldn't handle it. Turnover Maryland, and here comes Evans on the run. Turner slices through, but he missed the shot. Padgett.
What a great pass.
Evans to Bradley.
What an anticipation by Evans. Great eyes, great feel. They are pumped up, Kentucky. They want a little redemption. They want to make up for that loss to Pittsburgh and seeing that Maryland beat Pittsburgh by 35.
This is the kind of start they wanted and needed against Maryland. Profit for three. Kept alive underneath, and Moore slams it.
There's Morris, that quickness inside. Early in the game, they've done an outstanding job, Kentucky, keeping the ball out of the hands of Francis.
Bradley down low, walked with it. First Kentucky turnover.
Evans has become such a complete player. Last year he was a roll-aid special coming off the bench. He was an outstanding sixth man. There's the little look inside. There's Evans. Watch the anticipation. There's the little handoff. Great look.
Looked like he had his hand caught on the burner on the stove the way he pulled it back there.
Transfer from out of Manhattan, play for Fran Fraschilla.
Francis short on a three.
Not a good shot right there by Francis.
Steal by Stokes. He lobs underneath. Morris missed a one-hand jam. Here comes Kentucky 2-on-1. Turner fouled by Profit.
His first, team's second.
There's Stokes right now with the steal. He throws the lob up. He tries to jam it with the left hand. Doesn't get the real good grip on it.
At the line for the Cats, Wayne Turner. He'll shoot.
So Wayne Turner's going to go to the free throw line, which sometimes is an adventure for Wayne.
He's really worked hard on that. He's really improved in that area on that free throw line, shooting 70% this year, but right there comes up empty. He's such a dynamite player, one-on-one, really breaks defenses down. Look at the improvement right there, Brad, up to 73%. He's going to go to the line a great deal, especially late in games.
McGlure is checked in for Bradley in between free throws as Wayne got the second.
McGlure got a lot of headlines today in the papers. Oh, is he all over the paper? He said, we play hard. They can't beat us. We work too hard. We're Kentucky.
Basically guaranteed a Kentucky win over Maryland.
You better believe that's all over the locker room. You don't need that kind of PR. You don't want to motivate people and inspire them.
We talked to LaRon Profit about it. He says, I can't quite believe I heard that out of somebody who won a national championship last year. Francis pulls up and hits a 15-footer. That's his first pass.
Steve Francis, Curry Kirkpatrick in the house from ESPN magazine. Going to do a special feature on Mr. Francis, the JUCO jammer, the elevator man.
Stokes played for the steal. Prince had a thought. Padgett's a good outside shooter.
Excellent passer.
Evans got it.
Evans comes right out after the big night against Indiana when he had the 22 and 9. Not wasting any time. He was so big in that game.
Up 4, Kentucky.
Padgett with that good pass.
Underneath, nice little lay-in by Profit.
Great look.
First basket.
Yeah, great look inside the Profit. What's so special with Kentucky, their big people pass so well. In fact, they really account for 47% of the assists. Talking about Bradley, Evans, and Padgett.
Evans running 15-footer. Padgett battled for the rebound underneath.
I'll tell you, Padgett's found his game. He was really non-existent earlier this year. Played great against Indiana in that overtime. Had 8 big points, 17 for the night.
Francis.
Nice look.
Morris with a left hand. Rejected, but it's score intended.
Michael Wood with the call. McGlure, outstanding shot blocker on the inside. A look at Tubby Smith, who at one time thought he'd play for Maryland, was offered a scholarship by Frank Fellows. And then finally, Lefty Drizel came, and Lefty said, you could be a walk-on when he took over. And he said, no, I can't be a walk-on. And went the high point.
That's a Nike Total Air Pillar. It's what they call a power cross-training shoe designed for athletes like Charles Woodson, who have a more aggressive training regimen. You want to see how they feel? Sure. Charles. How'd that feel?
Good. You got that in 10.5?
For every action, there's foot action.
the latest in a long history of exceptional cars from Audi. The Audi A6.
If you're tired of paying late fees for video rentals or paying for movies you didn't have time to watch, check out DivX at Circuit City. Only DVD players with DivX play DVD movies, DivX movies, and audio CDs. DivX movies are only $4.49 each, and you never have to return them or pay late fees. This RCA DVD player with DivX is only $399.99, and get any 5 DivX movies free after rebate. Plug into DivX at Circuit City.
Reese Davis with you. North Carolina has won 53 straight non-conference games at the Dean Dome. UNC Charlotte trying to change that. Galen Young banks open and one. This game is tied. Chris Lane's at the line trying to tie it for Carolina, Brad.
Holy cow, Reese. Here it's 14-12. Kentucky in front at the first TV timeout, and that's something that Maryland this year down to 9 of the 10 previous games they've led at the first TV timeout. And as you can see, on their way to halftime leads in each game, they have led at every other point the game has been stopped. So this is the first time one other game they trail at the 5-minute mark into the ball game. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale with you from Rupp Arena in Lexington.
2-2-1 press, got to spread the core, got to get good ball movement.
There is the steal by Morris, trying to take it coast to coast, and he does. No, the follow by Francis.
Steve Francis, one bounce off the floor. I mean, is he the elevator man, the Skywalker? He's such a high riser, 43-inch vertical jump.
Well, it became legend when he was in a pickup game and dunked on Chris Webber, and Webber said, I turned around and I saw this guy 6'3" going over the top of me, and there he goes up to get the rebound. He's got Profit down court. Found it. Score it.
Nobody gets back defensively in transition. That's a no-no against this quick Maryland club. There's that spurt.
Didn't take him long after the TV timeout to get the lead. They're up by 2.
Steve Francis out of Allegheny Junior College. Outstanding year. There's Morris stepping in the lane. Takes it up strong. And here's the follow by Francis. There he is, the high riser.
Great Prince threw it away. Francis on the run against Evans.
Oh, what a great look.
Yes.
Oh, he bricked it. He bricked it.
It's a good looking play. They just didn't finish it.
Oh, what a great look by Francis. So unselfish. Finds the trailer.
They'll get another chance here, maybe.
They are so athletic, so explosive, Maryland.
Either Turner or McGlure got Obina Akizi. It's McGlure.
Ready for this? They were up 47 at one time against Pittsburgh. I mean, we're talking about a team that just beats Kentucky, plays them, has an outstanding team this year up at Pittsburgh, and they're down 47 to Maryland.
They got up by 34 against Wake Forest in their opening ACC game, and they hit their first 14 shots. That's a little bit scary. Dave Odom says, how much better can they get than that?
And Dave Odom really thanked Gary for not running up the score. I can't wait for that game on the 3rd of January at 1:30 ESPN 2, Duke and Maryland.
3-pointers and air ball. Akizi kept it alive, though, so Maryland will get a 3rd chance to score on this trip.
Matchup inside, Patrick playing Akizi.
Morris sets a pick for Francis. The lob underneath to Profit.
I'll tell you one thing, he is so unselfish. He gets a great thrill, Francis, making the pass. What a great look to Profit.
Maryland's biggest advantage, up 4.
Profit, a solid defensive player, was shut down against Stanford, but came back strong against DePaul with 15.
Turner way outside. The 3 is off the mark. Evans goes right back up with it. Follows his miss. And last touch by Obina Akizi. Maryland does the alley-oop as good as anybody.
Yeah, they got guys that can go up and get it. They got 3 people that can really go get it in Profit, Francis, and Morris.
Evans packs it inside to Padgett.
He's a great
back
passer.
outside. Evans for 3. Got it.
Great passer. There's the experience, Padgett and Evans. And I'm talking winning experience. 3 times in a row, Kentucky's been to the final game with 2 national championships and a heartbreaking OT loss to Arizona.
18-17, Maryland by 1.
What a great environment here tonight. What a great environment.
3-point shot missed, but Saul Smith fouls Juan Dixon, and he's going to get 3 free throws.
Dixon's really been a find for them. He's been a guy giving them a lot of point production off the bench, especially shooting the 3. He's got to work on his ball handling skills, but he's a real plus for Gary Williams. He's got a very deep team.
He's an 81% free throw shooter, too, so this might be a gift of 3 free throws. Got the first one.
I was teasing LaRon Prophet before the game. You were there. I said, hey, a little nervous tonight? He said, nervous? I've been to Cameron Indoor Stadium. I've been to Chapel Hill. Are you kidding me?
How about what happened in Cameron on Wednesday night?
Wow. Blowout. They were unbelievable. Avery put on an unbelievable show, you said.
7 for 7 before he missed outside the arc. It was unreal. 116 points Duke put up on Florida. Florida's a pretty good team.
And they beat a good team. I was going to say, that was not Cupcake City. Billy Donovan, that's a great learning experience for those young Gators.
Dixon got them all. First 3 points of the game for one. Jules Kamara is going to check in. So will Ryan Hogan. Padgett comes out.
Kamara could be an important player here because he has that quickness and that shot blocking ability that Maryland has. And he can sort of neutralize some of that quickness inside.
There's some backcourt pressure now from Maryland.
But they love to pressure the basketball. Gary's done it all his career. Learned that initially under Dr. Tom Davis when they worked together.
Saul Smith's in some trouble, but he got the pass to Evans. Evans all the way. McGlure was there to clean up. There's McGlure on the offside. They got to get some point production out of McGlure. He's a solid defender, but they need some points inside from the 6'10" player. Down to a deuce at the 12.5-minute mark, 21-19. Dixon kicks outside to Prophet. LaRon, nice move. Too strong on the shot. Kamara to Smith to Evans on the run. He made a tough catch and got it. What a great look by Saul Smith. What a tremendous pass. But you're right, Brad. That was a tremendous catch. Great hands to be able to convert that in transition. Now watch this. The great look by Saul Smith. But what a catch and a conversion. Being a lefty made that a little easier for him. Good point. Being a left-handed player made that a little easier. As there's Prophet up there with the little bump. The little bump and run. So Heishemu off to a great start again. 10 points already. We're not even at the midway point of the half. And we've tied things up, and he's got a chance to put Kentucky back in front. And I always get amazed how so many people say there's no way he'll get any PT playing time transferring from Manhattan. He can't play at Kentucky. Can't play. Where would they be without him? What a win today, Connecticut. Unbelievable. Elamine with 2 seconds to score and get the winner against Pittsburgh. 4-point lead with like about 9 seconds, and they end up losing. Yeah, I saw the end of that. It's kind of a strange finish. UConn held on, but you would have to think, should Maryland be able to beat Kentucky at Rupp, they might be #1 on Monday. They'll get a lot of votes, certainly. Almost turned it over, and now it is a possession arrow decision, I think. Carl Hess and John Clockert are going to talk about it. It's going to go the other way. It'll be Kentucky ball with 11:58 remaining in the half. And a timeout. Here comes Steve Francis. Up and away. Here he goes. The best impact newcomer in America. And a jumping with joy at Bentley's and at the Cornerstone down on Route 1.
Zero to your heart in 1 second flat. The Audi A6.
You guys are in here again? I can't believe this! You're always in here nursing your injuries. I have never seen such a group of cream puffs in my life. This is football! I need guys that can play!
Man, I thought he'd never leave.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Hot dog, anyone?
Today, people who didn't send the money Western Union and the heartbreak it caused. Meet Sue and her boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend, Mike. What happened, Sue?
My car broke down. I called Mr. Wonderful here. Send money, I said.
And he didn't use Western Union.
No, and it took forever. I had to spend hours with the tow truck guy.
Meet Sue's new fiance, the tow truck guy, Lyle!
Hey, it's your money. Use Western Union, the fastest way to send money worldwide.
22-21 Kentucky. 11:58 remaining in the first half. Allen 2000.
Wow.
I'm in. You're running mate.
You'll be my assistant. And we're going to take a look at Scott Padgett. Does a great job recognizing the double up and kicks the ball out. See, goes inside. Freeze it right here. See, as soon as the guy comes down, now he's going to spot up to their good shooter right here. And Mr. Evans is going to be wide open. There's the recognition. Good job. Their big people, we talked about it earlier, account for 47% of all the assists, talking Bradley, Evans, and certainly Padgett.
Well, Evans and Francis certainly haven't disappointed us so far, especially Heishemu Evans, who just continues to get better, it seems, every game we have him.
You know what I'm really impressed with Francis? Unselfishness.
Yeah,
a lot of times, guys coming in out of junior college ranks take bad shots. He has really given it up. 4 assists already.
Yeah, when you got 4 assists and there's still 12 minutes to go in the half, you're certainly far from selfish, that's for sure. So now Kentucky playing with the lead by 1.
Saul Smith really playing well in the role of the point guard since coming in off that bench.
Kamara way outside and putting it on the floor and shouldn't have.
Both teams are very deep. Both teams go to their bench, use 9-10 players.
Morris doubled inside, ball loose again, and Kentucky gets it right back. Second Maryland miscue.
And Mr. Camaro's wide open inside.
There he is, and he goes from 17, and he got it.
He had a layup, but they didn't get him the layup, so he said, you know what, I'll show you I got a little range. Jules Kamara from out of Oak Hill Academy, where Maryland will be getting a player next year named Steve Blake.
Danny Miller in the lineup, along with Dixon, Stokes. Miller's a good shooter, too.
Yeah, hit 2 big threes against Stanford when they really needed them, against a really solid Stanford team.
Foul on Ryan Hogan. It's his first.
That'll be his first team 4.
Kamara did a great job flashing to the open area. There he is, right in the open area to defense, and shoots that nice little turnaround jump shot. He's going to become a heck of a player, get a little stronger physically.
So the inbounds, Terrell Stokes. And Hogan too close defensively on the line. And let's see, the substitutions are going to be allowed to come in before the ball's inbounded. That's what the officials stopped play for momentarily.
Look at Gary working that sideline, intense competitor.
That's what Gary is saying. Why did they get to make the substitution when he already had the ball in hand? I think that's the complaint. And
they're going to go explain it now. There goes Michael. We're going to explain it to Gary. Good little bit of officiating. So come down, coach. We never had the ball in bounds. Says, okay, now Gary will say fine. At least explain it to me. Oh, coaches. Gary was a great high school coach at Woodrow Wilson down in Camden, New Jersey.
You guys were both great high school coaches.
Well, we coached at the same time. Yeah, he won a state championship. So did you. Yeah, I was lucky enough. I had some great players.
Kamara just rejects Akizi. Stokes, 3. Got it.
Underrated. Has really been solid this year, averaging like 6 assists a game. Came on strong at the end of the year last year. In fact, at this time last year, they benched him.
For about 7 games, he wasn't a starter.
Yeah, got a lot of criticism.
But as they got closer to the ACC tournament, he started to come on. And Tayshaun Prince, that's first time we've seen him put the ball on the floor and create something driving. He's a spot-up type outside shooter, and he did a nice job there.
Well, that's the part that he's got to add to his game, and he seems to be working on it, to be able to put the ball to the deck and go to the rack at 6'7".
Boy, Francis running that baseline is fun to watch. You just know they're going to try to get it to him, but here's a steal, and it's Evans on the break, and Miller stripped it away from behind.
For Maryland, Celtic returns to the lineup. Coming up, number 15, Miller.
Here's Tayshaun Prince's move.
There's Prince now going to the basket. Dominguez High School, his mom here, his coach here from high school, from out of California. He's an important player because he can give them scoring from the perimeter.
His brother is a starter on the Pepperdine basketball team.
Yeah, Lorenzo Romo's stuff. Kamara really did a solid job coming off the bench.
Rupp Arena in Lexington. There's about 24,000 of our friends here with Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale and our ESPN crew. We're glad to have you along. So we follow the Heisman show with a great basketball matchup. And Dick and I, I'm sure Ricky Williams is a little too busy, but we offer our congratulations to Ricky on his Heisman Trophy victory.
I know a lot of people were gathered in front of the television now by the press room. And I said, what is this becoming, football country? They were all there for the deuce, baby.
Coach Mummy and Tim Couch has kind of made it football country a little bit around here now. Tim placed 4th in the balloting if you missed it.
What a great story on him in the paper today. And I was really hoping to meet him. I was going to get you to introduce me to him. I want to meet Tim Cobb.
He was on a game with us at halftime last year. Wow. Nice young fella and a great right arm. Kesey might have gotten away with a walk. Profit on a spin on the baseline. Kesey there.
Nobody blocks him out, Brad. Excuse me. Nobody blocked him out on the weak side, and he's too strong. You got to get a body on him. Get him out of there.
And we're tied up again now at 26. Evans around a pick. Padgett thought about the long jumper. Evans will take it. And this one rimmed out. Easy had it stripped by Padgett.
Playing with such confidence right now, Evans. They got to get some shots for Padgett.
He packs it inside. Bradley, tough move underneath. And the rebound off to Laron Profit. And we got a foul on that rebound. Don't forget, Sunday night football starts at 8:15 Eastern. Can't get much bigger than this one. Battle for first place in the AFC East. Marino and the Jets. Vinny Testaverde. Or rather, Vinny Testaverde and the Jets, Marino and the Dolphins. And Monday night, Steve Young against the Detroit Lions. Your primetime home for NFL football, ESPN and ABC. Kesey in the paint. Bradley the rebound.
He's got to turn around and go to the basket. He's rolling away with his great size. He's got to attack the glass, attack the rim.
His first shot inside, he squared up a lot better. He's, as you said, falling away now, going the wrong way.
Here's Kentucky with that outstanding spacing, trying to stay 15 feet apart, get good ball movement, spread the defense. They're well coached, well drilled. Credit C.M. Newton making a great choice when he selected Tubby Smith.
Evans, a nice drive. Padgett tried to follow it. Evans got it back, and he's fouled by Kesey.
I'll tell you one thing, the Kentucky kids really get on the glass. They really bump and grind. They got a +8 margin right now, and everybody in rebounding. Tubby George Felton sitting next to him, former head coach of South Carolina. In fact, George was a head coach and had Tubby as an assistant at one time.
Yep.
So now returning the favor.
The roles were reversed at one point.
It's not going to change checks, though, I'll tell you that.
Moo Evans at the free throw line. Senior out of the Bronx. Boy, it gets quiet in here for a free throw, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. This one in a great environment. You talk about this place, Cameron Indoor Stadium. Certainly down here, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, and Lawrence, Kansas. You talk about down in Bloomington when the General struts in. It's a special environment. Syracuse, that Carrier Dome.
Heishemu Evans, 5 more points and an added rebound compared to last season. But near the end of last season, around tournament time, he really started to come on, and he has not slowed down this year. Francis on the run. And he drew the foul.
Steve Francis has that great explosiveness, things that you cannot teach. The superb first steps, a legend. Didn't play high school basketball. Lost his mom his senior year. Heartbreak when his mom passed away. In fact, there's a dedication to her. He has a tattoo of her name, Brenda, on the left arm, and he also touches it before he shoots his free throws in memory to his mom. There he is right now.
There you see it. There's the touch. Short on the free throw.
In high school, had some academic problems early in his high school career, and then had an injury.
Got his GED and went to junior college, 2 different junior colleges, and took 2 different junior college teams to the national championship in the JUCO ranks.
He went to San Jacinto, where they've had so many great players over the years. And the coach there said he's a combine between Michael Lloyd and Sam Cassell, who he coached.
Maryland back in front by 1 on the Francis free throw.
I like Sammy Cassell, and I certainly like Michael Lloyd, but I think this kid is going to be a special player once he gets a lot of game experience.
One of those guys that I guess it's not so rare, in that he's a kind of a playground legend before he ever got to Division I. You know, it's been 2 years trying to get here. Turner feeds inside to Kamara. Good luck by Wayne Turner.
There's Wayne Turner doing all the little things that lead to winning. That's why Kentucky year in and year out is always challenging. They play so unselfish, always take the high percentage shot.
Kamara with 4 off the bench now is giving Kentucky the lead back. And Morris fouled by Kamara. That's going to be his second.
Kamara really doing a great job coming off that bench. You know, it was a sad time in May when Rick Pitino made that decision to leave here. But Tubby Smith was selected immediately by C.M. Newton. I've said so many times that C.M. Newton, to me, is the best athletic director in America. If you ever sit down with him, Brad, his ideas, his concepts are so special. And as a tribute to Mr. Pitino, who really deserves a lot of credit for last year's national title, and Tubby would be the first to tell you because he was the builder of that team, left them a nice cast.
You know, and Tubby coming in, and we showed his record earlier, 43-5.
Wow.
That is better than Adolph Rupp started here. He started 43-7.
Wow. He's better than a brown suit. Better than a brown suit. Wow.
29-28, Maryland back in front by 1. A seesaw battle with some highlight plays, including Kamara's 2 for Kentucky here.
Angels aren't human. We were never human.
He's an angel.
You choose. Choose to fall to earth.
Who's met the woman of his dreams.
What are you waiting for?
Why are you doing this?
Because I'm in love with you.
Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage.
I would rather have one breath of her hair, one touch of her hand, than an eternity without it.
Meg Ryan.
Seth, I want to see you.
City of Angels.
Playing this month on DirecTV.
Nina Borowski has finally found everything she's ever wanted in a man.
I just adore you, Nina.
I adore you too.
But she found it in the wrong man.
Are you sleeping with her? Vince, I'm gay.
You are?
I enjoy gay people. I just have a slight problem with my sister being in love with one of them.
I am not in love with him.
You can get close to a woman without sleeping with her.
Doesn't it all turn into friendship anyway?
The object of my affection.
Playing this month on DirecTV.
Big Bob's exterminating. Spiders? Oh, we do spiders. Scorpions? I love the challenge. Centipedes? Centipedes are our speciality. The queen centipede. Bring her on.
The bugs are back. Centipede on CD-ROM. Take on 5 all-new worlds or play classic style. Get your hands on Centipede for PC CD-ROM.
Maybe we could talk about this?
Reese Davis with you once again. UNC Charlotte and North Carolina. Tar Heels have built a 5-point lead in overtime, but the 49ers coming back. That's Charles Hayward making the bucket inside, and we're tied up with 39 seconds left to go in overtime, Brett.
All right, Reese, keep us posted. Speaking of posted, I have one of these, we have one of these posted in our restaurant back in Minnesota. That's the only other place I've seen one. No.
Hey, go John Travolta, eat his heart out. John Travolta, baby.
Disco Vitale. Here's the numbers through the first 12 minutes. 55% for Kentucky. Maryland with the edge on the points off turnovers. Here's a long ball to Prince.
He's got the size.
And he got the bucket.
Playing well. He plays effortlessly. You don't think he's playing really hard, but that's just the way he goes about it.
7.5-minute mark, 30-29. Kentucky. Francis, the jumper over Prince.
Prince's size really bothered Francis there in that shot at 6'7" with the long arms.
And the foul's going to be on Morris underneath. That's his second.
What a tremendous environment here tonight. This is such a high-pitched college game for a preseason. A lot of pride at stake. I mean, you talk about Kentucky. They have such a tradition. Maryland, Gary Williams, the one thing that's escaped Maryland over the years, never made it to the Final Four.
All the great teams have never been there. This might be the year. Here's the outlet to Profit. LeBron might have gotten away with one extra step, but he laid it in.
LeBron Profit rated preseason. They picked him as the third best player in the conference behind Elton Brand and Trajan Langdon.
Our 11th lead change. Paget for 3.
He's got to shoot it. He's got to shoot it. He's too good. He's multi-dimensional. Hit 3 big threes when they were struggling against Leonard Hamilton of Miami. And made that big 3 the other night to start the overtime against Indiana. He really likes passing the ball.
And does it well. 33-31. Akizi for the tie. Got it.
Bino Akizi has become such a solid offensive player down in the boxes. Now he's increased his range a little bit. I would rather have the big guy down in the low docks.
He's down there right now with McGlure, who's asking for it.
Give it to Paget. Give it to him inside.
Paget posts his man, goes up, and it's stripped by Profit. Out of bounds to Kentucky.
The one area that Maryland's really going to have to work on all year long is half-court efficiency, because when you get to the postseason, I'll tell you, Brad, in the postseason, half-court games become dominant because teams get so much more conservative. And that's why Stanford is going to be a dangerous threat when we get to the postseason.
That's why they played them to a two-point game. Paget another three.
Got to shoot the rock, baby. He's got to shoot the rock. He can flat out shoot it. He went 0 for 18 at one time this year from the three-point line. Hard to believe.
Crowd comes to life now.
Danny Miller can shoot it too.
Let's see who's going to be the crowd quieter for Maryland if there's one out there.
They got the freshman now, Allison, playing against Francis. I'd give Francis the ball. I'd give Francis the ball. He's got an inexperienced player on it.
Here he is. Missed the jumper, though. McGlory got the rebound. The outlet to Prince.
This place getting alive.
Kentucky looking to run.
Kentucky playing with a lot of confidence. It's hard to believe they were blown out by Pittsburgh. But when you go 2 for 22 from the trifecta, that'll hurt you.
Prince, three-pointers off. Battle for the rebound and a timeout in midair taken by Terrell Stokes. 20-second timeout.
Terrell Stokes, he sees a barber once a week. I see a barber once a year.
5:10 left in the first half. Let's check in with Reese.
All right, Brad. North Carolina had knocked down a three-pointer to go up by 3. Charlotte now with the ball. Diego Rivera, bottom, tied up again with 10.7 to go. Carolina one last chance. Ed Cota for the game. No, Brendan Haywood is there in ball game. The Tar Heels survive and win the thing 75-73.
Wow, Haywood.
Wow. We're going to be there Thursday night, you and I, for Louisville.
And they're going to be coming off that big win. Kentucky handling the Maryland pressure today. That's one of the things they were worried about.
Take a look right here. They've only turned it over one time, and they've really turned it over this year 15 times. You know, Kentucky's coming off an unbelievable run where they've won 4 in a row after the Pittsburgh game. Howard East for some wins. UCLA, Kansas, Indiana, and then Miami.
Francis slips on the dribble. Tied up. This should be Kentucky ball.
Yeah, you would think the defense created the turnover right there. It's supposed to be the possession arrow if it's a situation where there's no control. I guess their rule there, no control. I thought the defense created that.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought the defense. Yeah, I think Tubby's got a good argument here. I thought the defense created the turnover. There's the deflection. There's the pounce on the basketball.
How can it be any more defensive than that?
Yeah, I thought the defense certainly deserves the ball there. They're probably saying he never had possession. Look at Tubby. Look at Tubby. This is our ball. Come on. Sweet 16 at Tulsa. Sweet 16 at Georgia. Solid assistant here under Rick Pitino.
National title last year at 35-4. Right now 8-1.
You know, it's becoming so confusing in terms of the subjectivity involved with that alternate possession. Go to throwing the ball up. Yep. Get rid of that rule. Throw the ball up and let the refs throw it up, and let's have some strategy. So they make an error sometimes. They'll throw it up to both teams.
Stokes a great cross-court pass. McGlory stuffs Francis. And now Jamal McGlory trying to back up his newspaper comments with that kind of play.
Well, he said in the paper today, we work too hard. Nobody works harder than we do at Kentucky. And this is our home, and we're going to win. Now, here he is on a defensive end. He does this well. He blocks shots exceptionally well.
He leads the team. That's his 19th block shot of the year. But none bigger than against the superstar Francis.
That's been his forte as you look here at the number of block shots.
Still Maryland ball with 19 on the shot clock, just under 5 on the game clock in the first half.
When you got shot blockers, it gives you such a psychological lift. It makes teams have to play on the perimeter. Kentucky's done a great job negating Maryland's transition ability.
Miller on a runner. Offensive foul.
I'll tell you, is Tubby Smith working that sideline? Oh, is he fired up on that sideline? He was intense before the game, charting all the plays. I was in the locker room, and he was charting all the plays of Maryland.
Kentucky up by 3 with 4.5 to go in the half.
Go to a half-court trap, get a hold.
Kind of a cheap foul there on a double team on Saul Smith.
It was a little tickle. As Billy Rafferty would say, it was a nickel-dimer, baby. That was a nickel-dimer.
Loose change.
Loose change right there.
So Saul Smith Goes to the free throw line as Kentucky's in the bonus.
I think Gary feels that way, too.
I do, too.
He'll shoot one in the bonus.
I tell you, what a preseason schedule they played. It doesn't get any easier. They got dates coming up on the road to Georgia Tech, and then Duke in a Jimmy V Classic on the 22nd, sold out the Meadowlands. Can't wait for that.
That's before they hit the SEC. It's amazing.
I know Jimmy V is going to be smiling up in heaven knowing that Tubby and Michael K have laid the play. And the first game's not a bad game. South Carolina and Purdue.
That's right.
What a doubleheader.
I got the nice Jimmy V tie from you for Christmas. Thanks.
Well, thanks a lot. Those ties really are doing well for Jimmy's Foundation. And I always say, anybody who has any interest, wants to help out, just call 1-800-4-JIMMY-V.
Biggest lead of the night now for Kentucky at 5.
They're playing solid team defense, trying to make it a half-court game. They'll run when the opportunity's there.
McKeezy partially blocked by Padgett, I think. Francis trying to create something.
So you control his great ability if you make him play half-court. Now, he was so effective against Stanford at 24 big ones.
Here he is in the lane. Off balance, the follow. Martisic tried to get it back up there, and Padgett comes out of it.
They'll run if they have the opportunity, but they're not going to run crazy.
Evans, 3. Battles for his own rebound. Big collision, and the foul's going to be on who? I thought they were going to call it on Francis, and they are.
Yeah, it was on Francis bumping Evans, who's really diving and scrapping. Evans shot that 3 as part of their transition game.
And I think Francis and McGlory just had a few words, and cooler heads like Padgett came over and shoved McGlory away as if to say, we don't need to start anything.
Well, Scott's been through it so many times. Doesn't want to motivate the other club. I think his teammates weren't too happy with all his quotes. He said, let's just go play, baby. Let's just go play. But he made quotes last year. Last year he said, we're going to win a national title.
Well, he's right on that one.
Yeah, he said, I don't care if we're playing Duke. We're going to win the national title.
Evans with 12 points.
Has become such a player. I got to eliminate him now from my all-role players team. I can't put him any longer with George Costanza and company. He's become a Seinfeld. There's no doubt he's become a star at Kentucky.
He got them both.
We have a timeout on the floor.
Who has 13? Kentucky's got a 7-point lead.
And they're really playing well defensively, but they got to be so careful of an explosion, a spurt by Maryland.
At American Century, our fund managers know the importance of taking a long-term view. It's called being fully invested. So if the market starts to get a little uncertain, a little out of control, or even, dare we say it, downright turbulent, our fund managers are committed to riding out the tough times so you can still have the potential to take advantage of market opportunities and be on top. So call us. We're raring to go.
Call 1-800-660-0092.
Which of these 2 computers is perfect for you? The one that was built 2 months ago, or this one, which hasn't been built yet? Gateway wants to ask you some questions first. How fast do you want to go? Movie buff? How many kids? Any future Rembrandts? The perfect computer should be exactly what you want it to be. Starting at $999 all the way up to your dream system. Call 1-800-GATEWAY and get more out of the box.
Sure is out to clear things up with Sure Clear Dry.
Looks like a white solid.
Yeah, but it's clearly better because when you put it on,
It's clear.
So what could you do with Sure Clear Dry?
Wear it with my sleeveless outfit. Salsa dance.
Sure Clear Dry, sure protection for the real world.
What's the hottest thing to happen to pizza? The new Domino's Heat Wave. It works like a portable oven, delivering a pizza that's really hot and really bubbly. Domino's, delivering a million smiles a day. Right now, get 2 medium pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $13.99.
40-33, Kentucky in front by 7 at the 3:40 mark. And Maryland, remember, coming into this game, they had led 9 of 10 games at the 16-minute timeout, 9 of 10 games at the midway point. They have never trailed at the 5-minute mark or at halftime, and they're behind in each category tonight. So Kentucky's turning things around a little bit. Heishemu Evans putting on a show, though, Dick.
Heishemu showing the perimeter, jump shot, showing his ability to get to the rack. I mean, he's explosive play. That's the great catch and transition to conversion. New York City.
Kentucky shooting 56% from the floor, only 38% for Maryland.
You know, it's really interesting. We talked about they had to make the three, which didn't happen in their only loss. They're 5 for 10 from the trifecta.
And Maryland only 1 of 5 from outside the arc. Kentucky on a 10-2 run. Francis will try a three. Fouled, and he's going to try to get 3 from the free throw line, and I think that's the second time that's happened to Saul Smith tonight.
Yeah, Saul trying to challenge him, makes contact. Saul said, I hope my brother Gigi's watching the game tonight. Gigi, I hope you're watching, baby, watching your brother play.
Probably hoping Dad's not watching from over there on the sideline. You don't want to foul a guy out there and send him to the free throw line for 3 free ones.
Yeah, that's 3 automatics now. Look at Saul says, me? I didn't make any contact.
So Francis stepped up. He's been relatively quiet.
I'll tell you, the 3 biggest impact players I have seen thus far early in college basketball have been Francis, who's been quiet here tonight, Lamar Odom down in Rhode Island, and Quentin Richardson down at DePaul with their team. And also when you look at UCLA with Russia, Moeso, and Gadzorek, certainly those 3 freshmen.
Maryland's coming off a win over DePaul the other night. DePaul made it interesting for a good portion of that game, but it was 92-75 when the smoke cleared.
Yeah, they got some great young players down at DePaul. Pat Kennedy's club's going to get better as the season progresses. They cut the lead to 4. They were down big, and Richardson had 28 in that game.
We're going to see them against Duke coming up in when? January sometime?
Yeah.
Going up there?
That'll be up at Duke. No, it's going to be in Chicago.
Yeah,
it's going to be in Chicago. Michael Kay will be going back home. Converts 2 out of 3.
Francis with 7 points.
Kentucky's played an outstanding first half thus far, but with 2 minutes to go, there's 3 minutes to go. There's plenty of time left for Maryland to get back. They're so quick and they're so explosive. They got Morris up here. See, there's that quickness going to the ball.
Francis, though, too quick maybe. He's going to be called for his 2nd foul.
Sometimes I think that's a no call. I really do. You're 40 feet away from the basket. 2 guys going up in the air for the ball. I don't know. You know, sometimes I wonder about those nickel and dimers, as Billy would say. We're going to watch right now. Francis trying to anticipate. There he is going for the loose ball. Close, really close. Yep. Hey, how big is this game right now? Michael Wilpon, the outstanding writer of the Washington Post, he has not been on the road for a regular season Maryland game since 1985. Since 1985, he told me today. I mean,
he doesn't know how to use a room key, probably.
Wow. He said that's how big and how much attention they're getting right now.
Well, they are the hot ticket, without a doubt. Obviously, without any NBA influence going on right now, and as good as Maryland is, off to a 10-0 start for only the 3rd time in team history. And as Dick said earlier, one time they got off to an 11-0 start a couple years ago, and it was Tubby Smith and Georgia that stopped that one.
And they were 11-0 one time under Lefty Driesell. I remember when he took over, he proclaimed, we will be the UCLA of the East.
That was the 75-76 team that started off 11-0.
And that team was number 2 in America for 6 weeks.
Yes, they were.
They featured guys like Maurice Howard, Steve Shepard, and John Lucas, who was a sensational point guard.
Maryland has never been ranked number 1. So this, along with that team Dick's talking about, the highest ranking they have ever had.
Never been in the Final Four, even the great teams that Lefty had. He had a tremendous team when he had Lenny Bias. I know it sounds crazy, Brad. I thought that Lenny Bias was the closest thing I've ever seen to Michael Jordan. He was unbelievable.
Over 1,000 rebounds from my partner of Wednesday night. I had Lenny with me up Wednesday night.
Oh, Lenny Elmore was a tremendous rebounder.
You're talking about Lenny Bias, right? Yeah.
I was talking about Lenny Bias, but Lenny Elmore was a phenomenal, I mean a phenomenal rebounder. Does a solid job. Also a great example for young people. Got his degree and law degree out of Harvard. I can't spell Harvard. I couldn't get it. I'm so dumb.
I did a game of Maryland and Georgia Tech. I think Lenny Bias had 44 points. One of the most amazing performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was the first pick of the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, his life came to an end too early.
Yep. 5-point game, 3 minutes left in the half.
Change of defenses right now. Go to a little zone. Going to go to a little zone and try to match up. Padgett's the guy you want to match up with in Evans. See, Prince has to understand what a good shot is. He has a tendency to step out of his range.
He's a long ways away right now. Evans will try the long-range 3, and he's got his 3rd of the half.
I'll tell you what confidence he is playing with, and I guess the reason is because it seems everything's going down for him.
Dixon's going to try one on the other end, and it rims out. Kentucky by 8 with the ball and running.
This guy's made himself a pro, man. He's made himself a pro.
Paget inside to Prince.
Oh, is that super transition basketball? And they love it here in Lexington. Look at all the blue shirts. Oh, they love it. C.M. Newton's jumping up with joy down in New York City out there. Tim Couch is jumping up with joy. Look at Gary. Look at the intensity in that huddle.
They came in a perfect 10, and now they're down 10, 47-37.
Look at Paget's passing ability. That's why their front court passes the ball so well. It starts with this guy, the multi-dimensional Scott Paget. And there's Prince finishing it off. Their big men averaging 47% of the assists for Kentucky. Take a look at their assist numbers. They're big people. Now it's 57% when you include Prince in there. Prince is a perimeter player, but he's big. If you just go to 3 big guys, it's 47%. Oh, there's the Paget family, Mr. and Mrs. Paget. We saw them down in Louisville. Yep. They were cheering.
Louisville native who played well the other night. Great pass on that last one to go as well with his 8 points.
I tell you what,
by the way, hasn't missed tonight. He's 3 for 3 from the floor.
And the rich get richer. What a group they got coming in here next year with Keith Bogans from out of the Mathville.
Alvina Akese underneath, and Akese has 12.
That's why he's got to hang around the box and take advantage of that great size.
Nice stop by Evans. His prophet was going to play for the steal, and he saw him out of the corner of his eye and put the brakes on him. We're down to the 2-minute mark, first half, 47-39.
A lot of movement on offense. Got a lot of cutters going through the defense.
Evans will try another 3. Paget tried to follow it with one hand, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Kentucky ball. Coming up on the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report. Reese Davis will be along. Reese will again take you back to show you Carolina and their struggle against North Carolina Charlotte. UConn had their hands full, and Pitt gave them one today. Clyde versus North Carolina State. That ought to be interesting. All that's coming up at halftime. Reese Davis, 1 minute and 40 seconds from now.
Clyde Drexler will fly slam a jammer back to NC State.
Turner's outside jumper. You don't see it often, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but he drops it home.
Wayne Turner with that 15-footer. Little jump shots. Worked exclusively on that shot. Shoots all kinds of jumpers during the summer.
Remember, Maryland has never trailed at halftime, and I can almost guarantee you they're going to be trailing at this halftime.
What a live environment. Unbelievable. If they don't get you motivated, nothing will. Just a great 6-man, these fans here down in Lexington, Kentucky.
Akese squares up, came up short. Paget another rebound. The outlet to Evans.
Patience, patience.
Bradley in the paint is fouled by Stokes.
Michael Bradley's development's given him a lot of presence inside. Though he's not scoring today, he certainly has become a factor for Kentucky with that size on the interior. Look at the leadership of Scott Paget.
I tell you what, he's got the kind of numbers that put him on pace for maybe a triple-double. He's got 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and 8 points right now. Bradley goes to the free throw line.
I talked about Kentucky's recruits. I mentioned Bogans. They got this kid Marvin Stone coming in. Unbelievable talent. John Stewart as well. Tubby Smith and his staff. Sean Finney, Mike Sutton, George Felton working like you can't believe. Come on, Tubby, smile. It's only a game. I was teasing him after the game the other night. I said, only a game? He says, yeah, you can easily say that. Sit over there.
51-39, a 12-point Kentucky advantage.
I don't think they could play better than they played in this first half, Brad. Well, they have really played exceptional basketball against a great team here in Maryland.
This is the 3rd time you and I have done Kentucky, and this is by far the best they've played, and they just forced another turnover.
They are really playing superb basketball defensively and offensively. We saw them excel defensively against Kansas when they held Kansas to 29% shooting. But tonight, they're excelling in all facets.
Yes, they are. You saw that Auburn score, and Cliff Ellis has got the Tigers off to a 9-0 start.
He's got a great player in Chris Porter, a junior college player.
Turner's trying another outside jumper, and LaRod Prophet pulls it down. 30 seconds left in the half. Maryland looking to cut this lead down into single digits, maybe.
They're spreading the court. I'm glad you mentioned Auburn. They've really been one of the surprise teams, and they're like 9-0 going into tonight's game, and he has done a great job, Cliff Ellis, with that program.
So Maryland plays for the final shot. Akese, and he got it.
Nice penetration by Stokes with the assist.
Stokes, 22nd timeout taken by Tubby with 3.9 left.
Terrell Stokes, he gets so maligned during his career. It's like the quarterback. Everything's always on the hands of the quarterback. He has done such a solid job. He and Gary have a great relationship. In fact, Gary thinks he's going to become a coach. There's the penetration. You create penetration, you draw people to you, you dish the rock. And he's the 3D man, Stokes. He drives, he draws, he dishes the rock. From out of Simon Gratz High School in Philadelphia, where they produce so many outstanding high school players, Coach Ellaby.
And Akizi's had the big half offensively for Maryland. 14 points for him right now.
I'll tell you, if you talk about a team that can come back from 10 quickly, it's certainly Maryland. So all you people at halftime, get something to eat, but don't go away, baby. Don't go away.
Get your food quick. Reese will have all the halftime scores and highlights, and we'll be back here. Turner, Padgett at the buzzer. He got it!
Oh, what a lift at halftime. Oh, what a lift, Reese. What a lift. That's a psychological lift. Uncle Bo is on the side of the Cats.
Scott Padgett on a feed as mom and dad look on with a smile. We'll look on and take another look at if he beat the buzzer. Scoreboard says he did. 54-41. Now watch the time. Turner gets it over to Padgett. Oh boy, that was close.
That is too close to call. That is so close.
Let's listen and see if we can hear the horn.
Yeah, because remember, in college basketball, the 0-0 doesn't mean the end.
Simultaneous takeoff and the horn and the 3 zeros. We'll try to freeze it for you this time, as to use Dick's terminology.
Well, some people, so they understand, the 0-0 doesn't mean the end. You got to hear the horn.
It's already 4 feet off his hand there. One more look.
I say it's good. I say it's good.
Tie goes to the runner, huh?
Tie goes to the winner. I say it's good.
At any rate, it's a 13-point lead and a very impressive first half for Kentucky. They lead 54-41. So we send it to our halftime report and Reese Davis.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Western Union Money Transfer, the fastest way to send money worldwide. And by the complete line of 1999 Lincoln automobiles. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
Halftime, Rupp Arena in Lexington, 54-41. Fifth-ranked Kentucky out in front. We welcome you back, Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. Previous halves this year against Maryland, the best an opponent has shot was 42%. Kentucky shot lights out 56 in that first half, Dick, and it was Evans and it was Padgett.
And also on the other side, Kentucky only allowed Maryland to shoot less than 40%, something they've been doing all year. Great defensive effort by the players from Kentucky, and also on the offensive end, they were sensational. Padgett really played well.
Evans had 18, but Padgett comes up with the big shots, including the one at the buzzer.
Well, he had 3 for 3 from the trifecta, and that's certainly big. The last 3 games, he has really stepped up his game. Giving him leadership, giving him the long-range jumper. Nothing like that tray going down. They made 7 of them in the first half, and their only loss, they were 2 for 22.
There's the numbers on the 2 seniors.
And they've given them great leadership. In fact, after the UCLA game, he made sure he told them, in fact, it was halftime, he challenged all the seniors, Tubby Smith. He said, it's up to you, Evans and Padgett and Turner, to get us to the winner's circle.
Statistically at halftime, as we said, 56% Kentucky shooting, and Dick mentioned 7 out of 13 from the 3-point range. Points off turnovers, Maryland normally thrives on that, and though they do have 8, it hasn't been a factor at all. And Maryland's going to have to warm up this second half or they're going to be in some trouble.
Let me tell you this, Brad. I had a game against North Carolina back in January 8th, 1997. They were down 13 at the half. They were down 22 in Chapel Hill at the 10-minute mark, and they came back and won by 10 points with a tremendous explosive attack. I don't think Maryland's going away. I think you're going to see Maryland get back in this game at the 10-minute mark. I don't know if they can win, but I think they have too much pride to go out of here wire to wire and lose this game.
And 5-second call against Kentucky, so their 8th turnover is the first miscue of the second half and happens in 15 seconds. And Maryland will bring it into the front court, trailing by 13. Down low. Not a lot of room for Morris, and he had the shot blocked. And it comes out of there right back to Kentucky.
Kentucky's done a great job neutralizing Francis and Morris, their superb athletic ability.
Give Bradley credit for blocking that shot.
Nothing like having a great size inside.
Padgett with a left hand. Ball comes free to Profit. Maryland has not been able to get much in transition.
That's a good point, Brad. That's one of their great strengths, and Kentucky's done a phenomenal job with defensive transition.
Foul on Evans.
You know, a lot of people hear us use that term, defensive transition. All it simply means, stop the basketball and get people back to make it a 5-on-5 game and take away the numbers.
Akese fouled by Bradley. First foul on Bradley.
Take a look right now at the half-court game versus the fast break game. Only 4 fast break points for Maryland, and that's certainly not their game. They want the open court game. They've only got 2 off their pressure defensively, and they utilize that press so well, but they're meeting a team that's so prepared and talented. I mean, this team doesn't have the great players of the Anderson mold and the Mercer and certainly those players like Antoine Walker, but they have very good players at every position.
Right. Akese was most of the offense for Maryland in that first half. In the final few minutes, he had 8 of their last 10 points before the break. He misses the free throw, the first one, and got the second.
Yeah, coming into this game, made 15 of his last 17 free throws. See, they're spreading, Brad, excuse me, they're spreading the court really well, doing a great job with their passing game.
Padgett packs it inside to McGlure. Prince for 3. And Padgett has another rebound. And it's stripped off. Stokes the outlet to Francis.
Hello! Hello! That's what he does well in transition. Mr. Excitement, Steve Francis. Watch out for a run, Mr. Nessler.
Boy, does he get up in the air.
Oh, he's got that bounce. They say 43 inches. That was David Thompson legs.
Padgett fouled from behind. Morris just got a little too close, and that's 3 on Terrence Morris. They can't get him in foul trouble. Though they do have depth, they want him in there.
They've got to have his quickness, especially when you're behind. There's the catch by Francis, and look at the way he rises. I mean, hello, Skywalker. Look at those legs. I mean, he is up and away, baby.
10-point game. Turner, the outside jumper goes for Wayne Turner.
He's got the good medium-range jump shot. He gets in trouble when he pushes back to the three-point line. He's only made 1 coming into this year.
Got that one from about 16 feet, and it makes it a 12-point Kentucky advantage. Stokes, he looked back door. He wanted to lob it under there to Francis. They look on every play or every possession just about for that play.
They try to run what they call a flex play across the baseline. Flex cut.
Profit. Nice feed inside by Laurent Profit to Terrence Morris.
They got so many guys that can really finalize and finish the play.
Nice pass underneath by Turner.
That's Turner's ability. Break the defense down, and McGlure with the left hand gets the conversion.
Turner went by the traffic, and then the backward bounce pass to the trailing McGlure.
And a solid winning point guard.
Akese, a good look. Francis follows it.
There's Francis now showing his explosiveness.
Ball goes out of bounds. They temporarily stop play. 10-point game.
Francis played at 2 junior colleges that were undefeated in the regular season, both places. That's amazing. Transferred from out of San Jacinto to Allegheny because he was homesick. Think the coach at Allegheny was excited? Coach Kurt?
Francis grew up only about 3 miles from Cole Fieldhouse, so he's definitely home now. Evans inside. Prince with a left hand. Nice move.
See, he's got to take advantage of his versatility and flexibility. He's shown a lot more tonight that he could invert him. You could rotate him down inside at 6'7".
Akese down low to Morris. Nice spin on Padgett.
What a great basketball game. I'll tell you, Brad, we're seeing some great athletes out in front of us here tonight.
This thing has a making of 100 to 95 as a final. We'll jot that down just for kicks. McGlure. He's trying to wheel and deal on Akese, and it's knocked out of bounds. Turnover Kentucky.
Tubby Smith working that sideline, has his team really prepared tonight in every facet. They played so well defensively most of the year, but tonight they're excelling on the offensive end.
I think McGlore's coming out. A look on Tubby Smith's face a moment ago, and he is. Bradley are going to take his spot. And Morris goes out with 3 fouls to get a breather as Mike Martisic comes in on the Maryland side.
Martisic gives him great size, played so brilliantly last year. Mike Patrick and I had him. He played really well against North Carolina in the win.
He's a 7-footer. Profit. LeBron hangs in the air, missed the shot. Akizi had it and lost it. Here comes Turner on the run.
This is where Turner really excels, usually breaking you down.
Nobody home for the rebound except Maryland players, although fighting down inside is Scott Padgett.
Turner 1 for 11 thus far this year. Brad shooting the 3.
10-point ball game with just under 16 minutes to go.
Not a long-range shooter, but this he does well. Break the defense. There's the drop pass, and there's McGlore with the little layup.
Trying to cohabitate with the fans at Rupp Arena. Not easy for the Maryland faithful who have made it in here. It's about 24,000 on hand. I had a great one today on the elevator with this nice little old lady, and she obviously was a Kentucky fan, and she said to a couple of Maryland fans that got off on a different floor, she said, "We'll see you tonight. Have a good game. As long as we win, it'll be a good game."
I love their basketball. They love their horses out here. I love going to the horse farms down here. They're so gorgeous.
Saw Scott Padgett's dramatic improvement in recent games from 3-point range, and that has changed how this Kentucky team looks. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Akizi one-handed over Bradley. Ball comes out to Turner. One-on-one with Stokes. And he got it.
He is so strong in transition. He can really break most defensive players down with his great one-on-one ability. He does that exceptionally well.
Maryland down 12. They're shooting 50% this half, but not enough shots. Francis for 3. It rims out. Padgett another rebound.
That I can't emphasize enough. What a great job Kentucky's doing there in a man defense half court.
Padgett again, the 3. Got it.
I'll tell you, that's big. Better get a 20-second TO. Better get a TO, Gary Williams. Better get a TO, baby.
It's the biggest lead of the night for Kentucky.
Nothing like Padgett's 3.
They can do it inside and outside. They do it a variety of ways.
I'll tell you, Brad, the seniors really taking over. Winning experience. There is Turner now, taking it to the rack. And then his buddy on the perimeter says, "Hey, little guy, I can shoot the 3. Just get me the rock." Turner says, "Go ahead, Scott, knock it down."
His 4th of the night for Padgett from out there.
Squares his body. He went 0 for 18 that one time. As you look at his mom and dad, so proud. She's got that smile. She goes, "My guy's got his stroke now." He's got his stroke. Hey, St. John's winning big by 27. What a quick team they have. Mike Jarvis, Ron Artis, I love him, and Eric Barkley. Look at this, Texas. Rick Barnes starting to turn that club around. Auburn goes for their 10th in a row. Cliff Ellis wins 10.
Kentucky, or rather Maryland, in danger here now if they don't get some offense going.
They got to really start executing in a half-court game. Teams are going to really work hard to try and negate their great transition ability, and that's what Kentucky has done here tonight.
Kentucky has Prince, Bradley, Evans, Padgett, and Turner on the floor. They're starting 5 for Maryland. It's Stokes, Morris, Profit, Francis, and Martisic. And it's Stokes off the glass. Couldn't get it to drop. Bradley the outlet to Turner. Padgett's feeling it. He wants it.
Nice look.
Prince with a left hand. Follows his own miss.
Tayshaun Prince, I think we're seeing him come alive. We're seeing the making of a player here. TP, Tayshaun Prince stepping it up.
Kentucky's up 17. The number 2 team in the country.
I'll tell you, Brown, what a performance tonight. A+.
Morris on a fadeaway over Padgett. Good shot. 12 for Terrence Morris.
2 things have happened here to Maryland. Their pressure has not created any opportunities, and they like to utilize their traps, but they can't against the great play of Turner. And number 2, their half-court game is really not superb.
Evans on a nice dish from Padgett. Couldn't get it off the glass. Profit. To Francis, a little jump stop fadeaway shot. Morris through a double team. Terrence Morris working on the offensive boards. They're taking the pressure away now, trying to play straight head-to-head, man-to-man. Terrence back-to-back baskets, cuts it to 13. Nothing like having a good, solid point guard, and that's what Wayne Turner brings to the table. He's learned how to make good decisions. Crowd momentarily quiets. Padgett wants it down low and scores it. You know, very simple basketball, but that's great execution. 45-degree angle, post inside with a guy that can finish. Lob underneath, too much on it. Intended for profit, and Francis threw it away. Be sure to tune in Monday on The Deuce. We'll have a fun time at Florida, Florida State and Temple. The Owls started the season 4-0, but have lost 4 straight. They had a very tough schedule. They're number 14 right now, getting ready for the Seminoles. John Chaney, it's no Cupcake City with him. He plays nothing but the best. He gets a carry. Turner palms it. He gets the palm. John Clarkity. That's one of the points of emphasis this year. Wayne Turner says, wait, what about Steve Francis? He turns it too. Mike Montgomery was complaining, the coach of Stanford, about Steve Francis turning it. Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. That was held a long time. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Good call by Clarkity. Steve Francis got called for that recently and said, well, the only thing I do is I'll do it quicker so the ref won't see it. Gotta get a zone. They're coming out of the man-to-man. Get a zone. Got to step in the gap. Miller. Saul Smith went up in the high timbers. Ball still loose. Akizi. Looked like there was a foul underneath on Akizi. Against Akizi, I should say, and there is. I'll tell you one thing, Kentucky has really met the challenge tonight. They've read all about Maryland. They watched them out in Puerto Rico. They watched them beat Pittsburgh by 35 after they were beaten by Pittsburgh. So you knew that they were going to get the attention of Tubby Smith and the staff. They had no problem getting them motivated for tonight. Playing at home in their 23rd season at Rupp Arena, and this is the highest ranked team to play in here in 19 years. One of the great programs of college basketball, year in and year out, and it just gets better and better, and next year it'll be even better. Akizi is 4 out of 5 from the line and has 16 points. There's no quitting this guy. I'll tell you one thing. If his players reflect his personality, they're going to scrap and claw. Padgett gets a huge ovation and a breather. He really played well tonight. 16 and 10 already. And he's done a great job defensively. Akizi has been much of the Maryland offense tonight. McGlure clears off the glass. See, they rotate McGlure inside along with Bradley. One guy excels offensively, one guy excels defensively. It's nice when you got two 6'10s you can invert. Right. You can bring it in and out. And they've got Kamara in there at 6'10 as well. And he's going to be really a good one, just a matter of time. Here he is on the baseline. Evans took his eye off the ball for just a moment. It's stolen away by Miller. They leave it for Morris. That's what they do well. That's exactly Maryland basketball, what you see there. Force the turnover and their quickness convert in transition. Morris is 5 out of 6 from the floor in the second half. You just get a feeling you're going to see a Maryland spurt. And nice touch by Morris defensively on the baseline. 11:45 left. Number 2 trailing number 5 by a dozen.
For Dodge Intrepid, we looked beyond a great look and took cab-forward architecture to a new place. With a spacious cabin, a very useful pass-through, and a cavernous trunk, Intrepid is an automobile for today, wrapped in a shape for the next millennium. Well equipped for as low as $20,495.
Sure is out to clear things up with Sure Clear Dry.
Looks like a white solid.
Yeah, but it's clearly better because when you put it on,
It's clear.
So what could you do with Sure Clear Dry?
Wear it with my sleeveless outfit. Salsa dance.
Sure Clear Dry, sure protection for the real world.
Call anyone, anywhere, all weekend long. And now, Sprint Unlimited Weekends includes 2 extra days for the holidays. Sprint, ahead.
Oh, great one. How much time do I have left?
You have 15 minutes.
15 minutes? 15?
Maybe 20?
What? I
I can't take a bath in 20 minutes. What are you talking about?
Oh, times on tapes.
There is a better way to see how much time's left on your tapes. Sony Smart File. With one wave, it automatically tells you what's on your tapes. Plus, it fast forwards to exact spots.
I'm getting another call. They just said 40 minutes for you. This is your lucky day, mister.
Sony Smart File VCRs. Now you know.
Kentucky leading 69-57, 11:45 left, and Dick, Kentucky, all facets of their game being utilized tonight.
Well, they do a great job of reading the screener and using the screener. We're going to take a look right now, using the screen. Watch this right here, people, how guys get free. Now watch him utilize the screen, Scott Petcher. Freeze it. See, right here. He's going to bump his man right here, and he's going to come down to this box, and they're going to enter the ball, and he's going to get himself a layup right in here. Now, see, there's the bump. There's the poor job defensively. And there's the rotation. Gets the score on the inside. They don't do a great job hedging in that situation. And Maryland really works on all facets of their defense.
Part of Padgett's 16-point, 10-rebound night so far.
See, I think Maryland's stunned. I think they're stunned and shocked right now. They cannot believe it. They've been so confident, getting all kinds of clips and all the different publicity and notoriety.
Well, they came in beating their opponents by over 30 points a game, and now they find themselves down 12. Evans had a look at a three. Prince will take a three. Rimmed out. McGlure keeps it alive. And finally, Maryland battles for the rebound. Lonnie Baxter got it.
Lonnie Baxter, big-time rebounder, big, strong inside guy. They love him at Cole. They chant, Lonnie, Lonnie.
Francis guarded by Smith. Got an off-balance shot that goes and a chance for a three-point play.
That's what the great players do. They make the big play at the right time. They needed that big time, and Steve Francis comes up with it. See, calm, stay calm. There's plenty of time on the clock. There's Steve Francis, the JUCO player. Being played by Saul Smith. Little penetration, change of direction. See, Mike Montgomery feels on his change of direction that he's carrying that basketball. That was his argument down there at the BB&T Classic. Outstanding tournament they run over at Washington, D.C., won by Maryland.
Missed the chance for a three-point play as he's only 50% from the free throw line tonight.
Maryland's won 2 classics already this year. Won the Puerto Rico shootout and won the classic in Washington, D.C., the BB&T.
Well, this one has been a classic at times. Right now it's a 10-point game. Kentucky on a 9-2 run right now.
See, I think Maryland's got too much pride to let this get away without making this a game down the stretch.
A foul en route. And Juan Dixon, that's his first.
Tempo is so important to a game, learning how to control tempo. And also, people never talk about defensive tempo. And tonight, I think that you see great defensive tempo out of the kids from Kentucky.
That's what they did the other night against Indiana, though that game went overtime. Their defensive pressure is what won them that game. Inside, Evans.
What a breakdown by Maryland. Special situations. You guys talk about it in football all the time. Special teams. We're right there, inbounds of the ball under the basket. A breakdown defensively, and they get not only the layup, but a chance for a three-point play. It's tough to come back when you allow these things to happen. A simple cut, a simple screen. I mean, a simple cut, a simple screen. You could switch on that, and nobody communicates. Nobody converses, and you get a layup out of it.
They didn't get the three-point play, though, much like on the other end. Free throw not converted. Danny Miller on the run. Leaves it out for Dixon, who lost the handle. Now takes the long jumper. Tayshaun Prince out to Turner. Evans wants it. Turner goes up and he's fouled.
Wayne Turner is so strong with the basketball in a lane.
ESPN's Full Court, best way to stay in touch with college basketball. You can see over 450 games on pay-per-view. Order now and save $10. Call DirecTV or Prime Star. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale bringing you this one from Rupp Arena in Lexington. Second-ranked Maryland trailing fifth-ranked Kentucky by 12, and Wayne Turner looking to add to that 12-point advantage. Does.
Well, you know, they were really struggling on a free throw line. Let's look at these wackos. Look at these fans down here in Kentucky. Do they love their blue, baby? I mean, they were struggling that he made them look at a videotape and watch on techniques and shooting the free throw. And they came up big against Indiana. They were 23 for 27.
Their defense and their free throw shooting won them the game. Profit comes in. Dixon goes out.
There's so much, Brad, that goes on in the world of coaching that people are really unaware of. All the little things that these assistant coaches do, breaking down film, evaluating.
Well, it's almost the midway point of this half, and Maryland in desperate need of offense.
There's that half court. They got to execute. They got the flex cut across the lane. Got to show some patience, a little movement.
LaRon Profit has not scored this half. McGlory with a steal. Comes right back. Stokes has it now. 3-on-3, and Terrell will take it himself.
Nice play by Stokes. Gets that steal there. He and Profit really 1-2 on a team in steals. Profit behind. But nobody will catch Johnny Rhodes at his 344.
That's right.
It's an ACC record.
Evans, he'll try triple. And got his own rebound. Nobody boxed him out, and he'll do it on a reverse layup.
I'll tell you, to being out scrapped now. That's just being pure out hustle. That's being not focused. Gary Williams cannot be happy with that effort right there.
9.5 to go. Just when Maryland had hit that big three, Evans comes back, puts a deuce on the other end. Akizi working against McGlory, had it blocked and taken away.
A great block by Jamal McGlory. There was no fake by Obita. He showed him the ball. McGlory with those long arms. That's his 20th block shot, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You did great math in your head.
I heard you before say 19. I'm thinking I'd copy of you.
Turner penetrating, and he pushed. And that's going to be on Stokes, and that's 4.
There's Evans with the jumper. Now you're going to watch the hustle award. There he is. Goes right to the basket. Nobody rotates over. Now look at McGlory. There's the timing. See, great shot blockers have excellent timing. Uses the left hand because the right-handed player.
Terrell Stokes arguing with Mike Wood that the foul wasn't on him and that John Clockerty agreed with him, but now it just became official, and he's going to have to sit down. He's got 4 fouls. And a very upset senior point guard. He claims that one of the officials on the baseline called it on somebody else inside and not on him.
A wide open Paget, wide open, and they missed him. Sorry, Brad, they missed him right there.
McGlory. Working around the perimeter. Evans, nice entry pass. McGlory on a fadeaway.
Screening is so important to an offense, and on the defensive end, you got to learn to communicate against those screens. Maryland having a tough time with the screens tonight.
Paget helps out with a double team. Akizi lost the handle and out of bounds.
You know, Maryland, number 2, the highest they've ever been rated. 6 weeks they were number 2 in 75 and 76.
You realize that Maryland, a season high for their opponents, has been 75 points. That was DePaul, and that's what Kentucky has, and we got 8.5 minutes to go.
Wow. It's been the execution. This guy's club has really executed so well, Tubby Smith. They're just getting better and better, Kentucky, with each performance. You and I have seen them, and they just keep getting better and better.
Francis off the glass, tried to follow what he knew was going to be a miss. Tayshaun Prince.
Could have had a double dribble. They missed the double dribble. Gary's right.
Both hands on it.
Now see, Rene, you got to read those screens, and you got to be able to communicate and talk to each other, help each other out. You all the great coaches talk about that all the time. Whenever you watch a Bob Knight practice, Mike Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, any of the great ones, John Thompson, always talk about it.
Turner leaves it inside for McGlory.
See McGlory with that little trailer inside. Wayne Turner, a big-time P.T. Pierre at the point guard slot. He's the director. He's the orchestra leader.
Back up to 15 now. Morris, reverse layup. It goes. And he's got a chance for a three-point play. Those long arms, or he would have never had a chance to hang there long enough to reverse that layup in.
I'll tell you, sliding and gliding along that baseline. Take a look at here. 6'9". He's got superb quickness. There he is with a long, long body and the long arms, and converts on a reverse layup. He's going to become a big-time special player at Maryland.
He has grown physically, both in weight and in height, believe it or not, since last year.
You think about young Souths who are really starting to develop. You think of Morris and Brendan Haywood down in North Carolina, Eric Chenoweth at Kansas, Michael Bradley right here.
That three-point play by Morris makes it a 12-point ball game, but Kentucky still in command with 7:37 to go.
Yeah, you would think the defense.
Some guys have a nice, quiet relationship. I have a Rangers fan.
So I called 1-800-GET-SPORTS and ordered NHL Center Ice on DirecTV Sports. Get the rest of the $98.99 regular season for only $139. Up to 30 regular season games per week. Korea, Yzerman, Gretzky, Solani, and Hockey. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS today. Now,
If I could only get her to care this much about me.
DirecTV is proud to unveil C, the magazine for satellite TV. Call 1-800-496-8273 and have your DirecTV account number ready. Our new annual subscription offer saves you 20% off the regular monthly price. Only $37.90 for one full year. Conveniently billed to your DirecTV statement. New subscribers get their first month free. Call 1-800-496-8273.
look and see.
C from DirecTV, your insight into the world of entertainment.
It can get competitive here at SportsCenter.
So Charlie says you're maybe the 50th best heavyweight.
In the world?
In Georgia.
But when there are differences, we keep it in the family.
Oh, yeah, and Steve Levy sits over here. He's the one who called you Puke-a-boom. Hey, Jeff, don't forget your stick.
And keeping it in the family has made our family stronger.
Charlie, come on out and get your whooping. Charlie, come on out. Stand it.
A lot of blue in here in Kentucky. Up 12, 7:37 to go, and their senior leadership. There is no replacement for senior leaders, whether it's the pass by Evans, the drive by Turner, or the outside shooting of Scott Padgett. They've done it in every conceivable way tonight. This is the best Kentucky's played all year, and there's the numbers on the senior leaders.
Wow, look at these three guys stepping up big time. Turner talked about the fact that he was really excited about the challenge tonight after he had observed them play over in Puerto Rico. That throws out in a book when you think about scoring margin. You say, well, you know what? We beat them by 35, Pittsburgh, and they lost, so we're in great shape. A Maryland fan said to me today, I said, forget about that nonsense.
That's right.
Forget about that.
Timeout taken with 7:27 left. 22nd timeout gives us a chance to remind you Tuesday is a doubleheader on the Deuce. First at 8 o'clock Eastern, UMass takes on Villanova. And at 10 o'clock, it'll be Princeton against Alabama Birmingham. And Princeton meets this same Maryland team next Saturday. So that's our Twin Bill Tuesday on ESPN2. Brad Nessler, Dick Vitale, 7:27 remaining in the ball game.
Take a look at that stat. This is so big right here. One turnover against that pressure defensively. And in fact, Gary's taking the press off a lot. His team has been so well prepared. You got to credit Finney, Sutton, and Felton, as well as Tubby Smith, in preparing him for that pressure. That's the assistant coaches who do a great job on that sideline. They chart and evaluate everything.
Maryland's going to try to trap all over the place now to see if they can force a turnover in the front court just to get the ball back. And off the glass, Scott Padgett.
Just great execution, wide open shots in their half-court game. Penetration.
Padgett's got 18. Prophet throws one up. It caroms off the backboard.
You know, Gary would be the first to tell you, Billy Hahn is fine assisted as well. Unless we step up defensively now, we have no shot to get back in the game. And they're not stepping up on the defensive end, Maryland.
Francis creates his own jumper, playing the point basically now with Stokes on the bench in foul trouble. And actually, he is a point guard type player before his arrival at Maryland anyway.
He's just a flat-out guard. But see, you got to stop people. You got to be able to give an effort on that defensive end. They got numbers.
Francis almost carried it.
Should have given the ball up there. He had an open guy on the wing.
Here's Evans, dishes to Padgett, rejected by Akizi underneath.
Good defensive effort right there by Maryland. See, they want to get in the open court. What a great play. Dixon. What a super play.
Dixon finishes that off. It's down to 10.
What a great play by Francis. See now, if you open the court and start racehorse up and down the floor, that's their edge. That's their edge. That becomes their edge. Execution, make the extra pass, smart play, good basketball IQ by Turner. Back it out. Got to watch the 5-second count.
Padgett sets a pick for Turner. His jumper is blocked by Morris.
For Maryland, checking back in the lineup is Stokes, stepping out number 23, Francis.
Take a look at Stevie Francis. He makes like the Coos. Bob Cousy used to go around his back. Number 14, that was way before your time. You're so young. And there's Dixon, one of my favorites, number 14. Cousy to Sam Jones to Bill Sharman. Count it. And Red Auerbach would light up that cigar.
Prince was short on the three-pointer. Stokes comes out. He's got a Kesey if he can make the catch. And the jam.
There's the big jam. Hey, this is the first time, Brad, in a long time. It's single digits.
Down to 8.
See, they're doing a better job now on a defensive end. And that's what they love to do. Get it out in transition.
And a chance for a three-point play as well.
See, Tubby, he knows this baby's far from over. And there's a Kesey ahead of the pack from out of Nigeria. Superb student as well. Going to graduate in engineering. There's the catch. His idol is Hakeem Olajuwon, the dream.
And he's worked with him on his game, and it showed over the course of the last 3 years. He has improved by leaps and bounds. Francis on the bench getting a breather as Stokes is back in there behind a Kesey. You see Terrell.
You know, I've been in that situation years ago as a coach, and right now you know your team has played so well. Tubby and his staff, they peek at that clock consistently and say, do we have enough? Do we have enough? We keep watching that clock.
Kesey has 19, and it's a 7-point ball game.
They're going to a trap. They like to deflect from the rear of the trap. Good job breaking the pressure.
Evans, 3. Got it!
Oh, what excellent ball movement. What a superb clinic on handling the trap. Spread the court. Move the basketball.
Heishemu Evans, a career high, 25 points.
What a tremendous job of moving the ball, Brad. I tell you, we bring the best out. I know you love him. He can't be a Jason Alexander any longer. No longer is he a George Costanza. He's a super, baby.
Just call him Moo.
There he is. Reverse it to Moo. There he is. Moo. He goes down. There it is. And the Maryland crowd goes boo.
His 4th three-pointer for Evans.
Look at the way they reverse the ball. Look at the way they swing the ball. That is a clinic of ball movement.
Evans is actually the guy that started that ball moving around the perimeter and finally back to him.
Look at this right here. You see all the guys headed up right there. Hey, Mom, look at me on ESPN. Oh.
Don't forget SportsCenter will be coming up. Lopito and Linda Cohn at 11. SportsCenter. Ricky Williams won the Heisman if you missed it. Kevin Brown is the new multi-millionaire in Major League Baseball.
$15 million a year. Wow. I said this. Alex Rodriguez will become the first $20 million guy. I want to represent him. But he's about 28 years old. Are you kidding me?
Well, Mr. Vitale is a Cats fan, Terps fan, this way, that way. I don't know. We're just a fan of good basketball, and we saw it tonight, that's for sure.
Oh,
10-point game now, though, with Evans hitting that last 3 just when Maryland had made a push and got it down to 7.
We're seeing great basketball, but what a tremendous job. I can't get over the great job by Kentucky in executing their half-court game to get that free shot to Evans, who stroked it. He's become a big-time stroker. Wow.
25 points, career high for Heishemu tonight. So Kentucky trying to pick off a team that actually came in ranked higher than them. That hasn't happened since '94. And you and I were here. It was Arkansas. Came in here, and Arkansas actually beat Kentucky. But they're 5-16 away from turning that thing around.
I mean, it's been so rare that a team comes in here favored against Kentucky,
right,
especially top 5 in America. And today, a lot of people were saying Maryland was the favorite, a slight favorite, but a favorite.
Well, the Maryland faithful back at ESPN Sports Zone, and they're watching live back in Baltimore.
That's a beautiful place down in the Sports Zone. Look at those Maryland fans down at the Sports Zone. That place is gorgeous. Mr. Gross and company worked down here. I was down here with John Saunders. We did our show. Look at that place. Come on, guys, go down and eat. Buy some food so we can make more money. Look at this guy dancing. He can't dance a lick. Look at him. He can't dance a lick.
Well, they're raising a ruckus at ESPN Zone, and they're raising one at Rupp Arena.
Stokes back on the floor right now, playing the point guard slot.
Let's see if they get it in Morris's hands. He's 6 out of 7 from the floor in the second half. Here he is. He missed it, though. And Padgett's got another rebound.
I'll tell you, what a good position player Padgett is. He doesn't have the great legs. He's not a tremendous leaper, but he gets excellent position to rebound.
Under the 5-minute mark. 10-point Kentucky advantage. They have led by as many as 17. Padgett underneath. One-hander, a chance for a three-point play.
That's been the story all night. Execution, execution, execution. Cut, use the screener, get the high percentage shot. And all the Kentucky faithful love it, and they love it. Mom and Dad, Mr. and Mrs. Padgett. Watch him without the basketball now. The most dangerous guys. The guy cut loose, wide open. Wide open. You got to learn to read the screen and defend the screen and communicate. Wide open.
Scott with 20 points and 11 rebounds.
That just breaks your back as a coach. You teach that, you drill it. I know Billy Hahn, the assistant, and I know Gary Williams, Dickerson, they work so hard in that. And here's Padgett getting a simple little cut and getting a layup.
He has matched his season high, has Scott Padgett with 21. Akese kicks outside to Stokes. Right back into Akese. Squares up and blocked by McGlure.
I'll tell you, McGlure is really playing him tough on the inside. He's backing up his comments in today's paper.
Yes, he is.
He's the Muhammad Ali, man. Give me any jive, he used to say, I'll get rid of you in 5. If you call me a bum, I'll knock you out in 1, he told Sonny Liston. Look at the execution. Using the screen. Padgett steps away from the screen. Now he'll cut without the ball. See, they bump Morris. They almost had him free again.
Padgett trying to post up down low. Stolen away by Profit.
They got to get Francis. We were one-on-one now. They got to start isolating him. Reverse it to him.
Akese back to Morris. Got it.
He's really developed a nice touch, as you said earlier. Making a lot of good shots. Shoots about 60-some% coming into the game.
Yes, he does. In fact, he is leading the ACC 69% field goal shooter. He had one game recently, went 10 of 11 from the floor.
Wow.
Down to 3:20 though. Time running out on the #2 team in the country. They trail by 11.
The only way they can get back in this game is they got to force some turnovers. And I'll tell you one thing, Kentucky's doing a great job managing the clock, taking some time off the clock.
And a foul on Francis.
He bumped him. He can't say anything there. Just got to play.
On Francis, his third team.
You know, Hamlin adversity is part of being a super team. I mean, you're going to get beat during the course of the year. Very difficult to stay undefeated. But how you react and how you handle losses is also very important. And the great programs, they handle it so well. The North Carolinas, the Dukes, the Kansases.
You knew Maryland wasn't going to go undefeated this year. They're going to lose some along the way. And it's certainly, if you lose to a 5th-ranked team on their home floor in a place like Rupp Arena, it's not the worst thing in the world.
That's a great point, Brad. There's no way anybody could be a favorite coming in this place. Right. I can tell you that. No way in the world. They'll just bring the best out of you right here. And they're always going to have a formidable group of players on the floor as well.
Saul Smith left the door open a little bit there and the missed free throw. Well, they can get it down to single digits again if they score this trip. And it's going to be a long-range attempt, and it goes.
I'll tell you, big timer. I can't emphasize enough what an instant impact player that young man has become.
Makes it an 8-point game again. Padgett.
What a great pass.
The look to Evans underneath. McGlure, and a foul before that shot.
Always making the extra pass tonight, Kentucky, in their execution. This is the team that we saw get 21 points against Indiana at halftime. Look at Francis. That's behind the NBA trifecta line.
Huge shot by Francis.
Heishemu Evans at the line for 2.
18 points for Francis. Evans has 26. As we said, it's a continuation of a career high for Heishemu.
I'll tell you one thing, you know, the stock market, some stocks, they keep going up, and up. Some go down. I'll tell you one thing, right now, the stock for this guy keeps going up, and up, baby. Yep. His stock keeps rising, Mr. Evans.
I wish I would have bought in about midway through last year.
I know, it's too late to buy it now. That's my problem with a lot of stocks. I jump on too late.
10-point game, 2:46 left from Rupp Arena. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale with you. Huge game. ACC against SEC in this early season matchup. Francis slices in. McGlure got another one. His 4th block shot.
I'll tell you, McGlure gives him such a presence in the lane. He may be limited offensively. He may have talked a little bit today in the paper, but he's come out here today and he backed it up. I tell you, what a great change of direction. Look at that explosiveness. This is one sensational player. And look at the hops. But he's challenging a 6'11" with great timing. Take a look at the change of direction. And now look at the hops. Look at the hops. Look at those hops. Wow. Wow. Look at the 6'11", meeting him right there. Says, don't bring it in. Thou shalt not enter thy lane. The first commandment against me.
Again, a missed free throw. That's not helping Kentucky's cause.
Not keeping the door open if the conversion.
Another block shot, but this time a foul.
And you know, remember, people, we're only watching this kid early in his career. As he gets more and more games and more confidence, he is going to become such a dynamite force in college hoops.
Just wait until about ACC tournament time, how much fun it'll be to watch.
As Billy Hahn working with Gary Williams.
Really there on the right. The son's part of his team.
Took over for Gary about 4 years ago when Gary had a little physical problem.
So Francis with 18 struggled from the free throw line. Knocks that one down.
He had a quadruple double. Can you imagine that? 21, 11, 10, and 10 at the ESPN zone. Watching right now. Going to get a little TV time. Look at him getting some TV time. He had a quadruple double in the third game against Vincennes Junior College. Vincennes produced guys like Ricky Green went to Michigan. Bob McAdoo went to North Carolina.
All those guys at the ESPN zone probably ordered another pitcher of beer because it's single digits. Morris on the break. Trying to find a handle. Turner.
What a great play. What a sensational play by Turner from the back.
And Gary Williams is going ballistic because they're going to give the ball to Kentucky.
Oh, he lost control of the ball with the left-handed dribble, or he had himself an easy skywalking jam.
Gary Williams having to be restrained almost by John Clockery over there.
Turner and Francis doing a little pushing.
Timeout taken by Kentucky. And still
not over yet. Not over yet.
Maryland felt that should have been their ball after the Turner steal, and that they should have regained possession, and that I'm sure is the case that Gary is making right now. But at any rate, it's 87-79 with 2:16 left. 22nd timeout. Coming up Tuesday on National Hockey Night. Red Hull has found a new home in Dallas. Maybe that's the final piece the Stars have been looking for to win a Stanley Cup. Who knows? St. Louis Blues want to prove that they haven't lost a step. A great hard-hitting matchup. Tuesday, hockey on the worldwide leader in sports. So everything is calmed down just a little bit. The veins have gone back to normal in Gary Williams' temple, and his team still doesn't have the ball, though. Kentucky will inbound in the backcourt against some full-court pressure.
As Bradley used the big guy to post up and get the ball. There's the quick foul.
McKeesey picks up the foul. Well, the Stars we expected to shine have been a beacon at Rupp Arena. 27-6 for Heishemu, a career high for him. And 5 assists, 6 rebounds, and 20 points so far for Steve Francis.
And two other guys that have really starred. You don't see their picture there, and that's Wayne Turner and Scott Padgett.
Absolutely.
What a great job they have done in their role. Padgett making some big threes tonight. We talked about on the top of the show how it was important that the tray go down for Kentucky, because early in the season that was their really Achilles heel. That was their problem.
Padgett has a double-double continuing right now with 21 points and 11 rebounds. Bradley, well, this is the third time they've missed from the free throw line. This time, of course, it's shooting the bonus, so he's going to get another one.
That's been their problem early as well. Free throw line, they were shooting 55% until the last game, where they went for 23 for 27. Right there, 44% for the season.
They're still only up to 61% coming in, and they missed both, and Miller gets a rebound. So don't go anywhere, because it's an 8-point game, and it can go down to 6 or 5 this trip.
He's got Miller out there because he can shoot the three.
Francis trying to work on Turner. That's tough duty. Padgett got another rebound.
That's a bad shot right there by Francis. He's trying to challenge the big guys. He's trying to go too much one-on-one now.
Turner dishes inside to Evans. And he's fouled.
There's the little things Wayne Turner does. Find the open man. Steve Francis trying to go a little too much one-on-one right now, Brad.
Heishemu Evans will be at the line for the Cats. He'll take.
So here he is right now against the challenger Turner, who's really fighting and battling. And there's the help of Padgett, and there's the help of Bradley. That's a tough shot to take. You got three people down here. You know somebody's open.
Free, right.
You got to be able to spot up someone and kick it back out.
Well, Heishemu Evans is just shattering his previous best as far as scoring, because right now he has 28 points.
And you know, it's not only his offensive productivity, it's a presence on the floor. He has that great athletic ability that really gives them such a spark. Defensively, he really gets out in transition. Akizi, get Akizi a touch inside.
That or Morris. There's Morris. And he's blocked but fouled by Prince.
They really take great pride defensively, Kentucky. You could see that. I mean, holding teams this year to 37% field goal percentage shooting, making teams go to the exterior rather than the interior with their shot blockers.
Morris will be at the line for two.
So Terrence Morris goes to the free throw line. He can match his career high and does right there.
I was talking to a buddy of mine who does a great job in the Maryland area, Paul Baker, fine basketball mind. He had Steve Francis on his first team All-American before anybody else ever had him. He really did. I got to give Paul the credit for that. A lot of guys have jumped on lately.
Well, there's a new career high on the Maryland side for Terrence Morris.
And here comes that pressure now with Morris up on the top of it. And they release and kick out Turner. He'll bring it back out. See his basketball IQ? That's a great basketball IQ right there. Rick Pitino used to sing his praises. It's so great to see the Pitino proteges become outstanding coaches. Ralph Willard at Pittsburgh, Herb Sendick at NC State, Billy Donovan, Tubby Smith. They all are examples of learning from the man who's got a brilliant mind. I would have given up anything in my life to have a chance to work for someone like a Pitino or Krzyzewski, or it's one of the great coaches in America. Dean Smith.
You got to work for the great ESPN. Isn't that good enough?
Oh, that's great. 20 years I'm undefeated. They were teasing me today, the coaches. In fact,
you haven't lost in a long time.
Gary asked me to speak to his kids today, and I spoke to them about making good decisions in life. Certainly not about winning or losing a basketball game, but about drugs, alcohol, and about how you have responsibility. He said, doesn't the coaching you come out when you get in the arena? And it does. It's a little bit of, you miss a little of that locker room.
91-81. Time of the essence. Francis got that one. Cuts it back to 8. A quick timeout taken by Maryland. Francis with 22 now.
Well, you and I are seeing these leads disappear quickly. In fact, we just had Indiana the other day with 69 seconds. They were down 9 to Kentucky and tied it up.
So you don't want to go away with 1:22 left.
You have to dig deep to find the source of Intrepid's solid feel. Reinforced door openings, strategically placed steel beams, and an isolated suspension cradle all contribute to Intrepid's supple ride. Take away that sturdy foundation and you have, well, nothing. Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything. Again. Well equipped. $20,495.
Ah, the good old days of supermarket shopping. When nothing stood between you and your next meal. Nothing. But today, there are materials that help lock out harmful contaminants and reduce spoilage, keeping us safe and the food we eat fresh. Plastics make it possible. So now, the rest is history.
Hey, you want passion and romance? Turn on HBO. Because there's real life, and then there's the movies on HBO.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by the new Dodge. It's about change.
(91-83). Kentucky, Maryland is out of timeouts. Possession arrow in Kentucky's side, and this is the 9th largest crowd to ever see a basketball game in this arena. 24,321 here tonight.
I thought there was all kinds of excitement tonight early over at the Hyatt Regency, which connects the Rupp Arena. All the blue faithful were out.
I have a hard time getting you through that.
Violation, five-second violation.
I got the timeout called.
Wow, got the quick timeout.
So Kentucky down to 1 timeout. 1:22 remaining. And we'll take a timeout as well. 91-83, Kentucky holding on.
To see a bit of what makes Dodge Intrepid fast, let's cut to the quick. It has a sparkling 200 horsepower gem of an aluminum engine, grippy independent suspension, crisp steering, and a highly functional driving space. Intrepid demonstrates a lot of powerful thinking, no matter how you slice it. Well equipped, $20,495.
When you talk to your kids about drugs, they get the message. You care about them. Start the conversation today. Talk, listen, stay involved.
1:22 left in this one. 91-83. Don't forget Sports Center coming up next. Ricky Williams, a Heisman winner. Kevin Brown's 105 million or something like that.
Wanted to keep the 100 and give you and I the 5.
We take that. We take that right now. You know, we talk about Kentucky. This is the 3rd time we've done them. 3rd time we've seen them in person. This is the best by far they've looked, and they have executed brilliantly.
They're really getting better and better, as you can see, and they really did a great job today. Movement without the basketball, their execution, their half-court game has been superb. I think the 4 best teams, if I had to pick today, my Final 4, I know it's early, but right now early, I would go with Kentucky, I would go with certainly Maryland, and I would go with Duke, and I would go with Connecticut.
All right,
that would be my 4.
I wouldn't argue with the way Duke played Wednesday night when I had them. They put up 116 on Florida. And Kentucky certainly looks like they belong in that kind of company. A long ways to go, of course, to March Madness, but this is the best Kentucky's played this year. Foul on Dixon.
We got that game. We got that game December 22nd over at the Meadowlands, Kentucky and Duke. You know, you think, Brad, in the 90s, if you had to talk about a team in the 90s, certainly you can give a vote for Kentucky. Winning multiple national championships, going to the Final 4 a number of times, and you certainly can give a vote for Duke. I think a lot's going to be determined by what happens by the end of this year for the team to be claimed the team of the 90s, and it'll either be Kentucky or Duke.
Well, there you see national championship banners and a runner-up banner, and Turner hits the free throw. 12 for Turner. This is going to be the 200.